Hey everybody, good afternoon and happy Monday. It's Monday again. Yes, I know, it's Monday. And it's gonna rain. Sorry. So this is Tyngsborough TV's Monday edition of This Week in Tyngsborough, where I'm going to give you as much information on what's going on in Tyngsborough this week in town government and otherwise as I can find. So here goes. First off, you saw the header image there of the Armistice Day, 11th hour of the 11th day in the 11th month, celebrating the 100th year anniversary of the end of World War I and the hostilities therein. It was obviously a huge conflict and led to many changes in the world, so pretty interesting. But it also means that Veterans Day is coming up, so keep in mind that there will be some Veterans Day ceremonies happening this coming week, and as well as one here in Tyngsborough. And I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about this, that over at the the American Legion over on Pawtucket Boulevard on November 11th at 11 a.m. Will be that ceremony for Veterans Day, honoring all our veterans and their service to our country, and also Armistice Day. So pretty cool, pretty neat historically that it's been 100 years since the end of World War I. So, anyways, I'm Town Media Director Steve Brogan, and you are watching this broadcast on one of the many places that you can check it out on, whether it be through Facebook, through YouTube, on Comcast Channel 8, Verizon Channel 29, and on tyngsboroughma.gov on our live video and streaming video on demand service that we have in-house. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to leave comments on the thread and ask questions if you have any. Otherwise, I'm going to get to a bunch of this news that's going on. There's quite a bit of info that is happening here in town this week. So first and foremost, I just want to make sure you guys know about the town meeting coming up next week on Tuesday. That is at the Tyngsborough Elementary School. So I'm sure if you are a resident of town, you'll probably be interested to know what's going on, what's going to be happening at town meeting, what's on the warrant. So I'll go over some of that information, as well as some of the other stuff that's happening in town as far as government meetings and otherwise. So there'll also be a pre-town meeting. So for folks maybe who either A, can't make it to town meeting, or B, want to get info before town meeting so you can ask your questions and get all that stuff answered and get it out of the way before town meeting actually gets here, that is an excellent way to do that. It actually saves quite a bit of time on town meeting floor, not having to ask sort of the same questions again. You've had your questions answered, so you've been able to get good answers. I'll be broadcasting and recording it, of course, so you can watch it later. The pre-town meeting, that is, and the regular town meeting. So you'll be able to get that info beforehand as well. That way, so if that fits your abilities better or your needs better than making it out live to the actual pre-town meeting. But always handy. Matt Hansen, our town administrator, does a great job answering questions and getting through all of that stuff. So like I said, that way at actual town meeting we can get through some of this stuff that much quicker, and it doesn't last until midnight, hopefully. Because we all like to get our sleep, don't we? Anyways, I'll go on with the news. So first and foremost, I'm going to bring you over to the website and show you what's going on. So right on the front of the website, most of this info, just so you know, I get directly from our website and a few other places in town here, Facebook pages and otherwise. So if you're ever wondering where some of this stuff comes from, check out our website, or if you just want to get some good information on what's going on in town, go to the website and get most of that stuff there. So right on the front page, you'll find the pre-town meeting announcement, November 8th at 6:30 p.m. It'll actually be right here in Town Hall, in this room that I'm sitting in right now, so that's where the meeting will be. And again, you can get all your questions answered ahead of time, so that way we can maybe save some time at town meeting, or maybe you can formulate more deeper questions as you get some of the more basic things answered, and maybe you'll have some more deep questions as far as on town meeting floor. But obviously it's not a problem to ask questions on town meeting floor. You should be asking questions there as well. But this definitely help get some of that stuff out of the way. So anyways, pre-town meeting November 8th. The warrant, what's on the warrant is also available right here on the website. So if you want to go there, you can check it out. We can look at the warrant really quickly. I won't go through everything because there's quite a bit on here. But there's a good amount on there. Local option for tax title collections, budget transfers, those are pretty mundane, that's usual stuff. Appropriation for legal expenses for fiscal year 2019. Let's see, anything really interesting. Community preservation, community appropriations. I do know, I don't remember what, oh, here we go. Article 6, the borrowing to purchase of the Tyngsborough Country Club, so that's on there as well. There is a zoning bylaw amendment for the mixed-use overlay district. that would, I believe this is the one that would actually affect that property at Tyngsborough Country Club. So depending on what happens, one may negate the other being necessary, at least right away. But we will see what happens on town meeting floor. So this is going to be an interesting one. If you have any interest in what's going on with the Tyngsborough Country Club, this is definitely a meeting you're not going to want to miss. The pre-town meeting and the regular town meeting, so you can make your vote. So there's a number of interesting things happening. Here we go, zoning bylaw amendments for solar energy systems. That also will be should be pretty interesting. I personally, I don't know a whole lot on that. I should actually talk to Paul and see if I can get some more info on what's going on with that. But Paul and Matt. But yeah, that could be interesting for a number of folks who are interested in solar. Let's see, building coverage, height and fee building. Yeah, I don't know what some of this stuff is. I haven't read through this completely myself. I just know a few of the items that are on here. So easements for sewer pump stations. A lot of this stuff is fairly normalish business operations, just making it, possible for some of our general operations for government. But so that should go through without too much issue. But again, I don't know all the details on some of this. There could be more to it. Flint Corner Pump Station, well upgrades. Yeah, a lot of this is asking for funding for certain items. Commission on Disabilities. Yeah. So anyway, so if you want to read through that in more detail, definitely go over to the website, tyngsboroughma.gov. You can grab that, grab the special town meeting warrant and get all that information there. Definitely good to know about going into not only the pre-town meeting, but also obviously the special town meeting as well. So also on the calendar, there are 3 meetings tonight and a couple more meetings later this week. There's the Board of Health is happening tonight. They've got a meeting at 6 o'clock over in their room, and rather in the meeting room, and so we will be recording that. Then there is the Board of Selectmen and also Board of Assessors meeting. Board of Selectmen will be probably, I imagine, the larger meeting with quite a bit on their agenda. I have not looked through all of this one as well, but actually it's not too much on the agenda. Yeah, right before town meeting, so yeah, it's probably not. They've approved most everything already anyway. So if you want to get more information on what's coming up at the Selectmen meeting tonight, though, you can go over to the website and you can read the agenda right there and get that information. If you just click on the name of the meeting, it'll pop up. Also, just a quick note before I forget, if you are interested in following what's going on in the town as far as what's on the calendar, you can click this little plus symbol next to the Google Calendar, and if you have a Gmail account, you can have that added directly to your calendar, so at least you can see the meetings that are coming up, and you can toggle it on and off so you don't always see it, but it's nice to have it there if you want to kind of just keep abreast of what's going on in town government, what's coming up for meetings, and obviously like the agendas are posted there and stuff as well. So it's kind of nice to keep up to date with some of that stuff if you are so inclined. Later on this week, so Tuesday and Wednesday, there's no meetings. Thursday, you've got a sewer commission meeting, and then the pre-special town meeting, and then the ZBA is also having a meeting that night as well. Pre-special town meeting obviously is preempting those guys in the community room because we need the room so that we can do the special town meeting because the Old Town Hall, which is where we usually hold this, is not available. So pre-town meeting, again, as I mentioned, that's where you'll want to come down, ask your questions. Matt Hanson, our town administrator, will be here, and he will be answering as many questions as he can, fielding those questions, so that way we can maybe get some of those things out of the way before the regular town meeting. You can get those questions answered for yourself, so you're not kind of wondering at town meeting, what does this mean, what does that mean, or having to ask maybe some of those more basic questions. He's going to answer all that stuff for you. Again, we will be broadcasting it live and recording it, so you'll be able to watch it live and after the fact, leading up to town meeting, so you'll be able to watch it basically anytime you're available. You have some time, and then again next week at 7 o'clock is the special town meeting over at Tyngsborough Elementary School at 7 o'clock. They've got it booked 7 to 11. Let's see if it goes that late. Should take bets, see how long it goes. There's quite a bit on the agenda though, so I think it'll go a good ways. So again, any questions on this stuff when it comes to town government stuff, tyngsboroughma.gov, you can get most of that stuff answered. And always don't be afraid rather to call the administration office, and they're more than happy to answer all the questions that you may have. Colin Loisel, the administrative assistant in there, he's very good and can answer any question you have, really, so just about. And if not, he'll get the answers for you as well. And of course, if there's something that I can help you with, feel free to email me, sbrogan@tyngsboroughma.gov, and I'll be happy to get you answers to that. All right, back to the calendar, and I'm going to take you to the library. And turn off my radio. There we go. So at the library, they've got on their calendar, what do we got here? We got a writers group tonight. tomorrow morning. This is a really fun one. So if you have young children, ages 3 to 5, yoga is like it's actually one of the most popular, at least that I see anyways, one of the most popular library events that they have in the community room here. It's always packed. It's a excellent way for get the energy, get the kids to expend some energy, and get them maybe to be a little more calm. I know I plan to have my children attend this as well because it's a great way to get some energy out if you want to relax them a little bit. But Open Minds Yoga is happening tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, 10 to 10:45. So it's a nice little class for the kids that the library puts on, and the yoga instructor is really good too. She does an excellent job, Miss Ellen. Tech advice tomorrow morning as well at 11:30. Then there's a number of story times happening this week. The Tiny Tot story time is happening. That's an all ages one. Happens from 11 to 11:30 over in the library. So always nice. The kids get to come down here and have a story read to them. And usually there's a special guest that reads it, or Miss Lori will read it, or somebody. So it's always a nice event. And then you've got adult coloring and the tech advice also happening again tomorrow night. And then story time on Thursday for ages 3 to 5. So this is another one. And then same deal. They'll read a story, have a little fun. It's always nice. Good way for the kids to get a story read to them, get them relaxed, and then they can go home and take a nap, right? And then take it easy. Yeah, it's always good. And then that's it for the week. So the library's closed on Fridays as usual, and they're closed on Saturday as well. And actually, they'll be closed Sundays as well too for Veterans Day. So, yeah, okay. So moving on from the library, and so here's a reminder from. Excuse me, here. I'll close this. Here's a reminder from the fire department that it is time to change your smoke detectors, the batteries in your smoke detectors. Obviously, smoke detectors are also good to change as well, but the batteries in them, you should change them at least every 6 months just to make sure that they are in proper functioning order. If you change those, if you forget to change those, obviously there's always the chance that something could happen if in the event of an emergency that they could get missed. So definitely important to change those batteries every 6 months just to make sure that your family's safe. You don't want anything to happen. Even if you have the hardwired smoke detectors, those will still have batteries in them usually in case the power goes out so that they still function. So a good thing to do is to change those batteries every 6 months, and usually you kind of coincide it with daylight savings time. So obviously we just changed the clocks back. We gained an hour of sleep. However, we lost an hour of daylight, so boo and yay, I guess. Yay and boo. But anyways, yeah, change those batteries just to make sure. Also, some funny stuff. If you go over to their Facebook page, if you have not been to the fire department's Facebook page, they post a lot of really fun stuff. They were part of the trunk or treat, so there's a lot of cool photos of that. There's some good photos and video of the ride to school that they gave one of the kids last week, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of good photos there. So, and then sometimes we'll post some fire photos and things like that as we take them. But we'll share those over there as well. But if you have not already, go over to the fire department, like their page, and you can follow along with what's going on at the Tyngsborough Fire Department. It's always fun. Let's see. Also, so I mentioned Veterans Day, Armistice Day. Oh, getting off of Facebook. Excuse me. November 16th, Yard Waste Collection Day. They will be picking up your yard waste, leaves, sticks, branches, all that fun stuff. Rain or shine, obviously, so get that stuff out onto the street. A note from the Board of Health, they asked me to mention that if they do not, for some strange reason, pick up your yard waste on the 16th, as soon as you possibly can, call the Board of Health so that they can get somebody back out there to pick up that stuff. If it goes too long, then the trucks have moved on and they've gone to another town and started picking up over there. So as soon as you can, if in the instance that they don't pick up for some strange reason, let the Board of Health know, and they will be happy to get them out there. Actually, I'm going to get you their phone number real quick. So here, I'll take you to the website so I can show you exactly where it is. So if you want to find it yourself, you can do that. But you can go to the website right at the top of the page in the middle here under Government. You go to Departments, and you can scroll down. All of the departments are listed here. And let's see, here we go down. Health. There we go. There's the Health Department. And so they don't just do yard waste as well. There's a whole bunch of other things that they do, very important stuff. But 978-649-2300 extension 118, you'll get Kerry, or 117, you'll get Donna, the administrative assistant. So there you go. That's how you get to the Board of Health's information, and for any other department as well. So if you want to find out the contact info or who's in the department or what they do, or any of the other pertinent information that department does, you can get it that way. Pretty easy. We make it as easy as possible. So yeah, so yard waste pickup. There is no. Somebody had asked on Facebook, and I've just reminded me to ask this of them. There is no specific time that they go out, so they basically start in the morning and they just start working their way through the community, picking up all that yard waste. So yeah, just make sure it's out early. I would suggest probably having it out at by early morning, 6 or 7 o'clock, just to make sure you don't miss the truck. I don't know exactly what time they start, but I would imagine they start early because there's quite a bit of route to cover in the town of Tyngsborough. So definitely want to get that stuff out early. So you probably want to put it out the night before, just to make sure it's all out there and you're not racing around in the morning like sometimes we all do, trying to get the kids to school and all that fun stuff. And then you see the truck coming down the street and you go, oh, you're going to start dragging those barrels out as fast as you can. So get it out the night before. Or I'd say by 6 a.m. at the latest, just to make sure you don't miss that truck and get your yard waste collected. So let's see, what else did I want to mention? So actually, I'm going to bring you back to the website, back to rather this page real quick. And I'm on the wrong page, and there we go. Okay, good enough. All right, so we have some coverage of some games that have been happening recently. There we go. I've got a excellent community member, Keith Tassinari. He's been going out and trying to cover some of these games. Anyway, it's a little difficult because I can't usually get to some of these because of the timing of them, and they can be kind of long, and obviously you have to have some gear to cover them. But I've been providing him some equipment. If you are ever interested in helping us out covering some of these games as well, I'm more than happy to let you out a camera and tripod and all that fun stuff, so you can do that. But we've got one of the boys varsity games, Tyngsborough Tigers versus the Littleton Tigers. I've got another one that he's going to be covering soon. They are in the playoffs, so he's going to try to cover that game. He doesn't know if he can make it there for the whole thing, but maybe at least the second half. And then we're working on everything. If everything goes right and they get to the championship, then we'll try to get some good coverage of that championship game. But I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm not gonna put the cart before the horse on that one. So anyways, if you want to catch any of the stuff that we have been filming and broadcasting, you can get it on our video on demand service and watch them all after the fact. There's a whole bunch of really cool videos up here, including meetings and things from the government, but as well as sports games, all the Tyngsborough TV broadcasts that I do, and interviews, candidate interviews for stuff. We've got Election Day obviously coming up on the 6th, so don't forget to come out and vote. That will be a good day to do that. It's supposed to be kind of rainy, so nothing better to do, right? Come out and vote. Make sure you cast your vote in the ballot box to pick your candidates. But yeah, there's bunches of really cool videos. We have a bunch of business spotlight videos with some different businesses in town on that. Actually, quickly, I'll mention if you are a Tyngsborough business and you'd like to be on my Tyngsborough Tuesdays business segment, feel free to send me an email, sbrogan@tyngsboroughma.gov, and you can be part of the segment. I'll have you in on a Tuesday. We'll talk about your business, what you do, why you do it, and where you're located and all that fun stuff, so people can find out about you. But yeah, lots of cool videos on here. Definitely check those out. There's some debates and some other things as well on here, so a lot of fun stuff that you can check out and enjoy if you have some free time. So, all that said, folks, one last thing to do. I hate to do it because it's not a good one, but the weather. Blah. It's going to rain again, as if we haven't had enough already. I'm sick of this rain. I don't know about you guys, but I'm done. I've had enough after this weekend. It was just like wind and rain and all this fun stuff. Here's a question for you. Question of the day. Did you lose power? I heard a lot of people did, unfortunately. So if you did, be curious to know in the comment section, did you actually get through it and not lose power? Because apparently a lot of people did. There was even some flooding and all that other stuff happened. So yeah. But yeah, today and tomorrow just gonna rain. But the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and part of Friday maybe. Looks like it might be nice. And then it's gonna rain Friday. But then the weekend is supposed to be nice. Supposedly, according to National Weather Service, it's supposed to be nice. We'll see. I guess it's always left up to chance with the weather. I even heard the potential for some maybe some snow mixing in. Sorry, it's a 4-letter word. I apologize. But yeah, so that could even happen over the weekend. But we'll see. Like I said, to New England, so just wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. And it's also the winter time. So anyways, don't forget, November 6th, tomorrow, come out and vote. Your polling stations here in town anyways, here in Tyngsborough, are at the Tyngsborough Elementary School and the Tyngsborough Middle School, depending on which of your precincts are, precincts 1 and 2, and precincts 3 and 4. Any questions on that stuff, call the town clerk's office. She'll be happy to answer your questions. and I'm sure she'll be running around like crazy too, trying to make sure that all this stuff goes off without a hitch. She does a fantastic job. Joanne Schiffris, that is, does a fantastic job keeping all of our election stuff straight and making sure it all works properly for you. So, but again, any questions, call the town clerk's office. She'll be happy to answer your questions. But don't come to town hall because there's no voting here at town hall. That's now over with. They've changed that a few years ago now, I believe. But Tyngsborough Elementary School and Tyngsborough Middle School are your two voting locations. Again, depending on your precinct. I'm not sure what precincts you're in, but which part of towns, that determines which precincts you're in, and so on and so forth. Safe to say that if you're on one side of the bridge, you're at the middle school, and if you're on the other side of the bridge, you're probably over at the elementary school. So keep that in mind. But again, any questions, call the town clerk's office, and she'll be happy to answer those questions. So as always, if you have any questions for me or something you want me to get answered or try to get answered, sbrogan@tyngsboroughma.gov. I'm always happy to try and get answers. You can send me messages through Facebook as well if you want to do that, or you can, you can always call Town Hall. Call the administration office. They'll answer questions too. They do a good job. Colin does a great job answering questions there. So, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe all this content with your vast social media networks. It really helps us get this stuff out there. The more people who interact with our pages, the more people see it. It's always helpful. That way the community can get this information. It's really definitely very helpful. And if you want to watch this broadcast, all the usual places, all the pages on Facebook that we shared across, our YouTube channel, Comcast Channel 8, Verizon Channel 29, and TyngsboroughMA.gov. You can get all that stuff there, all of our great content that we put out. Also, don't forget, I've got some community callouts. If you are interested in either A, doing your own show, B, maybe being my co-host on Fridays, if you want to do that, if that's something that interests you, or if you just want to learn about media and how all this stuff works, I'm always happy to help and teach you guys how this stuff works, because that is basically my job, to teach you guys how to do, how to create media in this town as the PEG Media Director here in the town. So, so if anybody's interested in that, that's always fun, and it's a fun gig. Actually, it's really cool. There's a lot of really neat and interesting stuff that we do here, so you'll get to see some of it at town meeting firsthand. But yeah, there's a lot of fun and a lot of cool stuff that you might get to do, and a lot of cool gear too that you might like to play with, especially all you techies out there who like to play with cameras and geek out on this stuff like I do. So, so anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope it doesn't rain too much on our parades for the rest of the next couple days anyways, and don't forget to vote on tomorrow, Tuesday, all day. Tyngsborough Elementary School, Tyngsborough Middle School. Again, any questions, call the town clerk's office, and she's happy to answer your questions. With that said, folks, hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you all on Friday with the Friday wrap-up, and probably floating around Town Hall on Tuesday. So take it easy, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye.